New, this is the first time you are here, so I want to make sure that those who is new with us, everything I'm sharing is all educational purpose only. Everything I'm sharing educational purpose only. So now that disclaimer is out of the way, let's get started. How many of you are looking forward to this week? So before I go ahead this week, let's what I want to share with you, just see what you are looking at. You are looking at next week, the ETF. Look at last whole 1 month. What happened? Okay. Here is S&P 500. All this communication sector last month. Very rarely there. Consumer sector is there, but look at consumer and staples. It's stayed strong. Energy, very strong. Financials, very strong. Healthcare, not bad. But technology got hit most. So technology and consumer discretionary. So each one, like sometimes somebody is looking for to find out what is this, what's involved in there. If you highlight here, what you can see that some of the companies comes with is Ford. We have seen that Ford did very well, and in fact Ford today, I'm going to go later on, I'll go over some of the things with Ford. Those who is with us for a while, that when Ford was even below $10, $15, we did talk about it, and look at technology. It's good to have technology, but you gotta diversify your portfolio. So this is one of the things that we talked about in the past. We decided to look value, and then over time this is going to pay you well. So we had a couple of folks, we still holding on it, and I'm not saying keep it forever. But speaking about Ford, I just wanna share with you a chart. Look at Ford. On those who is new, look at the chart. For a while, it shows you it came up. Some of the stuff is those who is new. You do not have to get into this much deep into it, but we use technical. This is all technical analysis. We use technical to find the direction, to find buy sell direction. But depending on your time frame of entering in the market, taking a position, then you use technical. Else if you are long term, you may not need to be too good at chart, but at least know the direction, which direction is going. But if you look at Ford, over time, what happened, you can see the desktop. Somebody is texting me something that you're able to see that, right? But look at Ford. From here, it came here 2021, a long time. It went $24, and can it go higher? Yes, definitely over time it can go higher, but it has nothing wrong with taking some profit. You see that when the last week it was around 24, 20, and I did tell, I just want to take some profit. Just some of my position gave me 100% profit. So nothing wrong with it, because this is how. But is Ford is not going to go? Is going to go higher? It can go higher. Can it go down? It can go down. But based on what I am seeing on short term, you see Ford is sitting within this change, but a lot of volume, a lot of selling was happening by that time. So I'm not going to just keep hanging on to it when I know that there are others, selling for and just putting the money on some other areas, that in other deals. So here you can see that this gives you another view that say that Ford can go up here 24, like, but for now people as Ford might sit around here, but for 24, 23, it gives you way that some of the things what you are looking at is called, I'm using volume profile. On the volume profile, it shows me that a lot of selling, people are taking profit. When I say people, meaning the market makers, they are taking some profit. So I'm also doing the same thing. So back to what I was showing you. Look, this is nothing wrong with it. When you see the some of the company that what happens, we have seen in the past market each period, market sometimes market goes up down, and or sometimes 2020, so it was like kangaroo, it goes so high in one day, another day or another week it goes so much down, and in over same day we have seen market went 800 down, 900 points down. Dow, when I say 800, 900 points down, Dow Jones, and then it turned around, and same day it closed with positive, right? We are getting into that situation now because of uncertainty, a lot of political uncertainty, a lot of the health uncertainty, uh, issues going on, honestly, issues going on within the companies that sell out, or some of those earnings are coming out. You are going to see the shakeup is happening, and plus, Fed already confirmed last week that they are going to increase the number. When I say increase the number, increase the rate. When they increase the rate, hey, a lot of volatility is going to happen. When I say volatility, company like this, Ford, long term, this is a solid business. It's a value business, and they are also getting into in EV market. The number they came out with, awesome number. So when that news is there, take some, nothing wrong with taking some profit off the table. So that's what what I want to share. Look, Ford, I did it. I'm not saying I'm not, if Ford just come turn around, you see around here 1920, I'm going to get back in Ford. And we have seen in the past it happens, money gets shifted from one sector or one industry to another place. So Ford is one of them that I'm looking. But as far as Ford, but look at here also, when you see some of these things, it tells me it's already going all time high. It's going outside some of those bandwagon. It's okay to take some profit off the table. But now look at Rivian, RIVN. Comparing this, Rivian is a stock. Look at this stock. What happened? Some of you already know Rivian, when it came in market. Rivian was way 120, 86. But what's the difference between this stock and the other stock? What do you guys think? Rivian. Look at Rivian when it came in IPO. When is November? November IPO 128. It touched 179 in next November 15, 17, and then now where it is Rivian. So what if I know there are some new investors? They typically ask me this type of question. Then I just wanted to hear you guys' opinion. What do you think then if you try to compare Rivian with Ford, and then
Hi,
where would you
hi,
invest your
Moshe.
money? Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, this is Silvio. So yeah, Rivian is a new company, very new company. They are on IV market only, and yes, like you said, the IPO was set up for I think $70, and when they opened to public, it was open at around 100, and a lot of money moved in, and they pumped the stock up to 170. And then little by little they went back to 100, and last week, yeah, they went down actually to $80 or $70, 70, $80, $90. So yeah, the difference between Rivian and Ford is an established company, old on market for like 100 years. Rivian, it's backed by Amazon somehow because a lot of orders are placed by Amazon to make some home delivery trucks for electric ones for Amazon. But yeah, it's a lot of volatility. So in my opinion, I was looking at Rivians, and actually I bought some stocks in the IPO price at like 100, and I sold them when it was like 110. I should have kept them to 130, 140, 150, but I said, profit is profit, so let's okay. So I was okay. So now, when I think yesterday on Friday or on Thursday, they went down in the morning to like $80 or $70, $80. So yeah, I'm thinking around to maybe to sell a put for 70 to get some premium, and if they get to like 70, 65, 70 to get some Rivian shares. I don't know, maybe 100 shares or 200 shares,
Hmm.
and keep them for a while. But how the market is now, everything going down, it's possible to go under 50, under 60, under 50,
Hmm.
because yeah, like you said, it's a new company. So
Right. Thank you, Silvo. And you can say those who is new, that you see that he's Silvo share. Yeah, he himself own a truck business. So with
yes,
our
yeah, yeah,
community, when
yeah,
we share.
and I work with Amazon, so Amazon is our main contract for delivery. We don't do home delivery; we do warehouse to warehouse, like big semi trucks and big trailers cross country. But yeah, we work with Amazon
Right. So
like a lot.
yeah, thank you, Silver, for sharing. So one thing I wanted to share, when you start thinking next few weeks, next week, that and start thinking how can you decide where to invest, Ford or Rivian, that you'll see that this year is going to be more and more volatile in the market. When volatility comes, stock like this is not proven that they can sustain this with the volatility, because earnings, it just, when it came up, right before it come IPO, they already have a high valuation. So when it comes to valuation, that's fundamental of a stock. That's we're going to table this for now. But all those high valuation, the growth company, that what people already thought, oh, it can go to the moon, is going to come down, because it's going to be, market is going to have a realistic. When that realistic happens, the federal increase the rate, and that when they typically increase the rate, investor look for the stocks was already is cheap and it has a value, and if it goes down more, it the then those this stock is not going to be like losing too much value. At the same time, some of the stock are already giving value, company giving dividends. So when you look at Ford, GM, it's already proven 100 years old company. So no matter what happens, the new players come in, but because of volatility, it could it could be different game. So that's what you need to kind of pay attention, is to look for was which one giving you earnings, is do you have that risk management also in there, just now, okay, and I want to have next 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, I'm not worried about it, then yeah, you can go ahead and put in there. But you heard from Silver, he mentioned that he bought it at some point when Rivian came in $100. It sold it 110. It went higher, but at least he made a profit. Now, is he going to go back? That's up to him. Depends on how much money also you have in your account. So it's very common. So I wanted to share with you that this week, when I'm looking at some of the stock where to go in, I'm going after with looking at this. Let's see what happened last week, last month, last 5 days. If I go last 5 days, we know that starting last week in Monday, it was okay, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, it all went down the hill. Last 4 days, but energy, look at energy, stayed very strong. Energy stayed. What do you guys think? Is energy is going to go higher like this? If you look at 1 year, but within 1 year, look at energy has already 47% growth in a year. It has a good growth whole year. So it's nothing wrong with it, but which one has higher growth? You just have to start looking at saying, hey, which sector you are weak in your portfolio, and which one you are very heavy. Start kind of offloading some of those and start slowly look at 6 months, look at 3 months. So then come back and just say, hey, you are in short in healthcare, you're short in materials, you're short in let's say real estate, start diversifying some of this in your portfolio. This is what I'm doing. Just want to let you that way you guys can see. And next week, what's coming up? You see that I have not looked into bunch of this macroeconomics right now, but at this level, anything could happen. It's like if anything is be ready for it. But because for being ready, I just typically early morning, if there are something that I wanted you guys take a look at it, but job number is going to come out again. These job numbers, let's see if it's getting better at it. But last week also more than one factor happened. The job number was very unsatisfactory, and then the federal was increasing the rate, and there's COVID number, the case of COVID and shutting down the economy. All those bad news kind of added more and more. Because of all the bad news happened, that's kind of got the whole entire sector. If we look at a sector that, let's say, Nasdaq QQQ, what you are seeing, we know that tech is already all-time high. But look at last 2 week. Every day it went down. So what do I see the trend? Yeah, over short term, yeah. This next week, can it go down? Shows it can go down more. Nasdaq can bleed more because of this rate is happening and the top 100. So Nasdaq is getting hit. So when I see on a Nasdaq top 100 also, but look at here, Nasdaq 100. When I come in this the heat map, you see Amazon PDD. Wow, this like some of the China stock last week, and it showed some sign that it was going to turn around, but it's not. That volume was not there. Look at Baidu, because those are the one last week just showed some sign that it will turn around. We saw Baba gave some false alert, but it's still hanging there. But all the others look red, big red. Last week happened. Dow Jones, pretty much no change much, on big Apple, Microsoft got big hit time. But you see Walmart, Johnson, Mark, they stayed hang on. And banking side, JP Morgan, Boeing showed some very good strong sign last week. Russell 2000 is shocking. All on the Russell 2000, look at it, pretty much over. Most of the stuff is red. Only some of these are on the green side, right? S&P 100. We see banking side and then some of the healthcare. I think this one I did mention, United Health. This one goes up and down. But look, Tesla, Home Depot, all of them got. So this week, I'm just honest. I'm being very cautious. Now, some of you know that I'm Tesla fan. Look at Tesla. Tesla had a bad week, the whole overall. Can it go down more? Current momentum, it does show that Tesla can even pull back. But Tesla, never follows any technical. Just this is a stock. It in a day it can go 50 to 60. But what happened last week? We saw the Kathy Wood and a couple others, took some profit of Tesla. Tesla has to be above this 1100. Let me see my 4 hours chart. You see around 1100 there. If Tesla can come back at around 1100, then Tesla might be turn around. But for now, Tesla is just momentum. You see that when you see the volume big, a lot of sell happen on at this time. It has to come back around this 1100, 11 this. So you see some of the line I have 900, 960. If it goes down more, you see Tesla's next is 969, 62 areas. Is struggling to stay above. So tomorrow if you see the market open up, I would not be surprised to see Tesla pull back, and then it might be turning around. But short term, Tesla is bearish. You never know what's going to happen with Tesla. right? And I think some of you know that cover call. Last week I sold Tesla cover call. I lost big money, big time. So I'm ready ready to get back Tesla. So I don't mind to go down more so I can buy back my stocks. What else? What are you guys planning to buy sell? And I guess do you guys have a question? Let me see if there are stocks that you want me to take a look at it.
Yeah, maybe Hood. It's
Food.
going down for the last 2 weeks,
Oh
maybe more.
man.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
I,
yeah, now it's around 16.
yeah. Uh, yeah. If somebody can take a look at the chat and share with me what it is, because if there are any stocks that you guys want me to take a look at it, I'll be happy to do it. So let's see Hood. So Hood. It's a bad news on the Hood side. I am like I did not know of silver. Are you looking to buy it, or you are just thinking you have it? You are not sure if you wanna keep it or not.
I have it. I have some cash secure puts. I
Mm-hmm.
sold some puts with expiration in February and March.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I collected some good premium.
Mm-hmm.
The volatility was high, so I have them at 15, 16, and 17. The strike price.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, expiration is in 21st February and March
Mm-hmm.
monthly options.
So yeah, here you can see the Hood. There it looks like the earnings are coming in February 14th, right? So
But
now,
it went down
yeah,
from
previous all-time high.
45.
So if you look at it, Hood, and I'm like you, like many others. I got in Hood in a pre early. One of the thing it will happen this month is that in my lock period is going to be over. So so in January a lot of the things shake up might happen. When lock period is opening, what happens. A bunch of uh, investors they might pull the
Of
money and
selling.
move on some other places. But as far as what you are saying that here is trend is can it go down more? Yeah, everything is because it's so new. There is no history, but it start open around $30. It's almost like 60. It chopped up half of what you value you have. So think of me. Whatever I invested more than a year ago, my money went 50% or more down. I'm not a happy camper with this. Can it go down more? Yeah, its trend is there. It can go down more, till if the current economy is when its pressure is there, that its Hood has more so downturn, just like anyone else. They have not proven anything that they are worth of the whatever the valuation today. So that's why a lot of the when it's a lot of the thing and as far as regulation and is there. But some good news about Hood that they are improving their service. They are also adding, getting into in the crypto area, new big initiatives, the wallet and others. They are introducing it. Hopefully that will change that image. And that happens, maybe they it can turn around, but not sure how much it is. But I do as it go down more, I add small amount of Hood in case it helps me to recover the money I'm stuck with here. Okay. But and the other thing I think I like the idea what you're doing, Silvo, that the cash secure port. So those who is new, cash secure port is the strategy you use for options that required a lot of more training and experience to get into. And Hood is Silvo is in one of our like program that we run called Zero to Hero. It's like 6 months program. Then he's full
Yeah,
time. He's in the program.
a very good one.
Yep.
You can
Thank you.
learn a lot
So you not only
from
learn,
it.
you learn all the strategies that like that is gonna help you. The it's a, either way market goes, you'll make money. So you'll adapt. The honestly, you'll make money means I am not telling you buy sell, but all what we are we're sharing the strategies, and we have a lot of experienced the trader investor. They also come in share their strategies. So when they share the throughout the program their strategies, they say this is how I make money. I don't care market goes down. When it goes down, some of us are becoming more happy. Just like Silvo. The money we sold it, that's all I can keep the money in my pocket. Right?
Yeah,
So that's why you see most of the people when they get into trading, they lose money just because you cannot do every things like what everybody does. You have to do something different, and that's the key of that education. All right, okay. So yeah, the hood is currently I see that it has more chance to go down. What I would think about it here, Silvo, look at when you look at chart, look at least if you see 3-4 days is turning green, that means maybe it's ready to shift. So if I were you, I would just close my cash secured put and just have whatever profit is there, sit there and get back in again.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, thank you.
hmm I know some folks. Can somebody read out? I know somebody mentioned about some other stock. Okay, let me see. What other stock you guys want me to take a look? Simon.
John Deere, that's DE.
Oh, DE.
Or DE.
Okay, yeah. That's a great company. John Deere. Yes, in fact, I had it, I sold it. I'm ready, thinking to get back in John Deere. If you look at John Deere, as far as technical, yeah, it's a short term, but overall, this stock, this is what we have shown you earlier that John Deere is a defensive material stock where no matter which direction market goes, they increase the rate and stuff. This they have a very strong management leadership. The number they have shown in the past, they have more chance to grow. You can see that some of the stuff I have here, it shows it can go higher. It has a momentum is on over time is going higher. But if I look at it, let's see, and for short term, yeah, for short term, it just this because of what happens. It goes up and people rotate the money in. It will it you might see it's pull back a little bit, but if it does, just watch out around 360 area. If it comes around this area, then I would say then it might go down a little bit more for short term because they're rotating money and then it will turn around. But for now, yeah, this stock you see that when it came to around 386, it just pulled back. This normal, it's like wave. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's just short term. Last week, as all the other stock struggle, it did go higher, and then it's pulling back a little bit because people are rotating, putting the money on some other stock, they think. But they do offer the good dividends and others. John Deere, it's a solid, good company for long term. If somebody is looking to get something for the next 6 months to 1 year, don't want to look at it, but this is a stock you can consider. If anytime, if it comes around, you see the 350, 360 area, I would not think twice to buy this stock. It's very good company. and you know that especially the summertime going to come in, they are rolling out some of the new product line also from there. That's good. And somebody mentioned PayPal. PYPL. PayPal is like other folks. Look at PayPal. So what happened? PayPal. It could not stay above 200 for a long time. Why do you think this is happening, PayPal? PayPal has to be above. I'm using multiple tools. Just gives me different confirmation, and just see if the pattern is right. But if I'm looking at PayPal, let's say on weekly chart, on my weekly, PayPal is looking. It's just hanging around. You see that it has the last 2 weeks. It's like trading sideways. It's staying within this 190, 188, this range. It just does not go above. You see 194, 95, 200. PayPal has to be above 200 to turn things around. If it doesn't, PayPal is just going to be lagging, and the big date is coming. You see earnings. So sometimes on stock like this, you are going to see starting not next week, following week. For in third week, you are going to see that more earnings are going to come in, and stocks. Some of the stock might turn around and just show us a sign 200, 210, give you a false sign, and then right after earnings, it's going to pull back. We know that it happens. You do not want to play earnings on any of this stock, right? So what I see for now, PayPal is trading sideways. It doesn't have any direction which way it can go in, upside or downside. I am holding PayPal. I also own PayPal. I will see if it comes down to around. My goal is if it touch around 190, 200, I'm getting out. It's almost giving me my buying price. I do not want to take this risky PayPal because of the pressure they're going to have in moving forward with the rate they're going to increase. PayPal is a high PE. PE means price per earnings, means in fundamental. So these stocks like this can go down more. That's why I'm looking stock where it's going to give me more like value than on the growth side for now. That's why I want to free up some cash in case it pull back after earnings. We know that it's gonna a lot of stock happens, and then I want to get a good deal out of it. I would take the money. I would pull something like here, Apple. Look at Apple. It's a beautiful chart. Does it have a more room to grow? Market like this, Apple. Apple's earnings are coming when January 24th. This in 2-3 weeks, right? They might come up with a number that's going to be shocking. If they do come back, I would not be surprised to see Apple going back to 185, 200 level. So then I'm waiting for a moment like this, and then go after company like they're not only value, it's a growth business. Apple. Another one is like Microsoft, because at least you have less chance that you're going to lose too much of your money, because this company has proven no matter what happens, they are playing in the growth side. Also, they are playing in the value side. Their earnings also coming around the same time, see 24th. So I would not. On the side, Apple is there, but another thing has cover Apple. Look at Square. The same picture. How bad? But we know that Square is newer business than PayPal. But look how bad it is weekly. It just keep going down. So they are going to get hammered more when that happens, because their price of PE is much higher than comparing the company like Apple. And if somebody is looking at areas to look at Meta. Meta is good. Comparing others, it has a very good PE. It's almost like comparing its peers. It has much higher room to grow if they come up with some numbers, which is Meta is going to be, their earnings is going to be a week after, it looks like. Okay. So this is a stock, then I would think of, if I have a choice which one to go to among all those top, the big mega FANG stock, I would consider Facebook. Any other questions, do you guys? Anything else you guys want me talk, and do you have in mind?
Yeah, yeah. Can you look at the market outlook for next week
Uh,
on the indexes?
Indexes, yeah. Okay. Let's see QQQ. What do we see QQQ? On the weekly side, you see that on QQQ, which is Nasdaq. Nasdaq is like last week. It just could not hang on to it at the end. It's like, if I look at last 5 weeks, green. Only this week, first day, December, it tried to give us a false hope, and then at the end, it could not pick up on Friday, and on that week it just, and then it pulled back. But look at last week, it just big pullback. So, but what do I see then on the weekly basis? But one thing on the weekly, you see that what happened. Typically, trend is it goes up and down, up and down. Last 5-6 days, Nasdaq went down more. And Nasdaq, if you look at last week, it just got hammered a lot. I do think that if you see that here, look at it now. It has 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Then it has some green days, 5-6 days, red days. So if you see the pattern, you'll see the Nasdaq, if it doesn't get worse, some of these heavy sell tech, they are, last week they sold out. Now they scared bunch of retailers and they will do some profit taking. Tomorrow you might see that tomorrow, if something, no bad news and stuff, you might see Monday, Tuesday, usually we see early week, it turn around, open and try to recover some of the loss, and then again flat back. But I do think that this week Nasdaq is not going to get worse. I do think it's going to come back close in green. Stay. You see that summer is oversold area right now is sitting on Nasdaq, because the market already knew what's gonna happen. It's not like a new news. The new news came in when Fed said, "Hey, we're going to increase the rate." Investors wanted to do it, so that's why sometimes you need to know the psychology, what all the market makers are doing. So they scared a bunch of people, they sold, they took their profit. You saw, I showed you some of the chart in here when Tesla came in. Tesla, when I showed you, look at Tesla. It's not like when Kathy sold Tesla, it's not like Kathy does not have belief in Tesla. Kathy still strongly believes in Tesla, but Kathy no. Okay, no, not 5 minutes. 5 minutes too much. Let's say. You see that here, this area, 1154. This is some of the stuff I have here. It shows you. This is all volume profile. So what happens, Kathy and others, those market makers, they believe in some of this business, but at the same, nothing wrong with it taking some profit. So here, this weekly, what you're going to see, that Nasdaq got hit big time. It's going to turn around, and then some of this is it going to go big close like this SPY? Look at SPY. SPY had a good day, but only SPY only 4 days. So those who is doing future and stuff, only 3 days last week, and it could not, it had a red, But this week we see that 5-6 days it goes down. Some of this goes up, and if you are trading right now by looking index, you might get false alert unless you are not trading individual company, because sometimes it does show you that the wrong false alert. It's all green, but the stock you hold it back to, they're the one getting hammered. what you have seen in the heat map what I shared earlier. So SPY overall, it has is I do think that this coming week in SPY has a chance to come back. It might have a little shock in the morning, early morning or early of the week, and then at the end it should have some green days and turn around and just recover some of the loss because this overselling happened on the SPY. IWM Russell 2000. This one also, similar story. You say that it did get go and it had a good day, and just the last 3 days, it just kind of oversold. I do think it's same story you might see this coming week. It just like overreaction happened last week. So this week, there is not too much like a surprising news coming in economic side and the Fed side and political side. I do think some of this stuff is going to settle down. Okay, but short term, it might pull back a little bit. But small business IWM Russell 2000, we do think it might get more pressure if Fed comes in more regulation and stuff. People do not want to take too much risk on small business area. Okay. And what other thing? QQQ, IWM, and what else I want to do? Did I cover those index? I do think I did cover. What else, you guys? Who else? Naked. Somebody says NAKD and T-Doc. T-Doc. Okay, yeah, T-Doc. T-Doc is reminds me those stock you guys see that work from home stocks. It's shame what's happening with T-Doc. It's same thing. The story what I mentioned to you. Now they're looking into more price over earnings, so more fundamental than the growth in a perspective. How much it could go. You look at this T-Doc. What happened till February last year? February T-Doc was what, $300. Look at T-Doc today, what it is. So what happened in between? T-Doc should get rewarded. Teledoc, they are doing a lot of great things. Doctors can take care of the patient from home, and a lot of remote is a solution out there. But somehow the management and the numbers are not adding up. Investor lost their patience on the things. Is every time it goes, you see every earning it goes down, earning it goes down, earning time it goes down. It's just getting worse and worse. These earnings, it was here, you see that if since last year right after earnings, it just because that's when it shows can they deliver the valuation they had before they came in IPO, right? So then these stocks like these are getting hammered more. So I do see that it may have more rough stories. I would not get into it. If you are not into cash secured put or some of those, maybe you might consider you might make some money out of this. If you know that it can go down, you can consider some of those making money when it goes downside rather than upside for now. But it's very risky. Okay. As I was doing it, I was thinking as a doc youth, and I need those who is with us for a while. That I used to be big fan of this stock also, but same story is like saying what happened since last year August. It just cannot handle. But look at it, chopped up half. But why so different? This is a stock that where we see that lawyers and any kind of legal institution, they are using their service. But what happens, all the big players coming in, There's like Microsoft and Adobe and others. They have similar type of service, and they augment it and taking these new players who came in the market during COVID times and out because high PE. Again, now investor look at earnings versus the growth, how much it can go higher. So that's why story is like, can this survive? If market gets worse and worse, will these docus can survive? If not, that's something you might want to stay away for now. Same story, look at Zillow. Growth versus this. Zillow, we know that on real estate it's been known, but look all the way in 203, now it's 62. When was the 200? It was February last year, a year ago. And we know the real estate market was like booming like crazy, but what happened these guys? Okay. So those are the things I guess you have to start thinking that do I want to worry about short term or maybe long term. So those who is doing option, what you can consider taking some leap calls for long term. Let's say 2 years. That that way at least you are take a small portion. If you get it, you'll get a big time rewarded big time. All right. Okay, and it's time to average. Yes. Yeah, someone, upstart, and those upstarts, some of this stock is getting into, it's your, if you have that faith, I used to have upstart, and it reminds me like Tesla of financial industry. Look at what happened upstart. It went so high, 300, 400. And when was that? In October, less than 3-4 months ago. But look at now, it keep just going down. Can it go down? Trend tells me it can go down more. So I would be very careful to average just doing DCA, because that's typically people do DCA. But after a while, we are going to run out of cash. These are not cheap stock. And you want to reserve some cash to make to have the opportunity when market pull back more, right?
So essentially, you're saying these are high PE stocks with no earnings that took a hit.
I mean, you here. I'm not saying. What do you see here? What do you see? This earning October 8. It was right there going to the moon. You see that? And right after that, this earning came in. What happened to that? It just took one earnings, right? But look at here, this earnings. Right after earnings, you went to the moon. Before earning, after earnings, it just came down. Earnings came down. From here came down. It was kind of sitting here. Right after the earnings took off. If I go here, earnings, it looks like they have come up with the good numbers on our earnings. What I see the trend, because it's a new stock, right? Trend earnings coming in this. But what is now in financial, these companies called fintech. Some of this fintech, yes, that's the whole idea. They're going to have like EV market, Rivian. Same story like Rivian they are doing. If they are not coming back with the numbers, you'll see the same thing might happen. Like Rivian and Hood, it can get sliced up. Look at their IPO price. IPO price was around 33, 34. I would not be surprised it's coming back to that price. The trend is telling me that. Okay.
Now it looks a lot like I don't know if I want to compare it to like penny stocks.
Yes.
But this looks like penny stocks.
That's why when I do not want to go penny stock, it's a solid business, but this is a fintech. And we know that EV market, fintech market, these are all like high growth business. Now that investors know that Fed is going to stop pumping more money in the market. When that happens, what happens? They're going to increase the rate. When they increase the rate, yep, growth business is going to be suffering. So people are going to, investors are going to take the money off from here, free up. What you have seen that investors like the Cathy Wood, they are market makers. They are going to, if they have a big investment, they're looking at their portfolio. They say, I'm happy with the profit I got. I don't see that because now that Fed at least said they are going to be stop tapering, they are going to be increasing the rate, and then unemployment number is not getting better and other things. So economy side is like there will be more challenging. When the challenging stuff going to happen, investors are looking at where do I see value. That's why investors like Warren Buffett, he's not worried what happens. He buys one or two stock in a month or in 2 months, 3 months. So he does his due diligence value. So you might want to look for a business where you have not only value, there is some growth into it. But upstart reminds me just like Tesla. It goes up, it goes down. But Tesla has proven that even if you see the last week, they came up with a number like crazy number. And we do think if I open Tesla that you see the Tesla's earning, Tesla might have another shocking number on earnings side. Their earnings is when 24th, or I think it's this date might not be right, 24th or February 4th, that whenever they come in earnings this week, Tesla, you see that after this earning, what happened? Tesla was flying. This earning, Tesla was consolidating, boom. So when people thought Tesla could not do this, could not deliver, if you watch the news this weekend came out that Austin is the manufacturer is ready to produce there, and some of the forecast they had for Austin is they're way ahead. If they come up more good news, Tesla more and more patent is coming up. Tesla not only deliver what they promised, they're way ahead. Their competitors, others like Ford and GM, others are still catching up. But Tesla is not just building one thing. They also have all these other platforms that you need to understand that ecosystem like Apple. So slowly, that's why those business we are seeing that Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, throughout this they might have a little shake up, but it's not like too much is going to happen because they also invested in the areas that they are taking teledoc and others, like who is a smaller player, the service is part of their solution. So Tesla and others, be watch out of the value, you know so we say, saying, look at this Tesla, what happened weekly. Yeah, if I look at weekly, 4 weeks it went down. So in the trend, if you look at what really happened last week, pretty much everyone got shocked. Tesla might have a chance to turn around. Okay. Oh man, it's 7 o'clock. How was it? Was it helpful, guys?
Yes, Moshi.
Awesome. All right, and at the end, I do want to thank you all for staying, and just be careful because nowadays no one can tell what's going to happen. All what we do during the day, we just watch, especially tomorrow morning, first half an hour, watch what's the direction, what's going to happen. And 9:30 till 10:30, within an hour, you might have some indication what happened. If you are new with us, that we have other the live chat also there in Discord, and we have Telegram, and there we share. So you are welcome to take a look at it. And then the Twitter, if you are into the Twitter, you'll see urbanhood.org. On the Twitter, we are very active. So it's nowadays I see that a lot of people say I don't look at Discord, I don't look at these that often, but I am very active on Twitter. So we started adopting the Twitter also. So keep an eye on this, and if you have any question, you can just respond to it. So here you can see that our website, when you go and I am on the tweet in urbanhood.org. You can, once you go there, urbanhood.org, you will see answerme.com. This, whenever I am part of that email pool, answer me, or you can do mushi at urbanhood.org. Email comes directly to me. And during the day, we are going to do it soon. If you are any of the social media, you'll see that tonight I'm about to go live. Every day I do some content on the live, so you'll be able to see that. And the phone number is here, answers, and 646. And if you go on the website, you are going to see that, this type of content that I'm not able to share all the time here, but I do spend good amount of time with the people who is our paid members. So anything you do that in the beginning is good to get some lesson and free. So with Urban Hood, what we do, we are a non-profit, but we have a very low membership fee that you can see on the website. You can sign up, but I go more extensive and coaching and all those every week. You can connect with us there. And during the day, if anybody doing stock trading, you'll see that on the website that I do trade. When I go live, you're going to see that I will share my contact. Money Guru Mushi, that's my Twitter. Money Guru Mushi. If anybody Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, you'll find me. And then okay.
How do you spell Mushi?
Mushi is just like sushi. Replace S
Oh.
with M. All right.
Okay.
All right.